the Bering Sea, home of the Aleut people. Few people know of the human struggle of Alaska's people caught in the clash of two nations during World War II.
It began in 1942 with the bombing of Dutch Harbor on June 3rd.
And we were on this little hill, right? And the first morning that the attack came, the Zero was coming along here and dropped a couple of bombs right in here.
After the bombing, Unanga were interned.
So we were evacuated to southeastern Alaska, which was very bad.
The Aleuts were eventually returned back to the Aleutian Islands. However, the peoples of Biorka, Makushin, and Kashiga were never returned home.
In 2009, Rachel Mason and Ray Hudson came up with a plan to bring elders home called the Lost Villages Project.
As I started talking to Ray's consultants, I started realizing that each of them wanted to return to the village and to see it again. And I have to credit Patty Gregory with planting the idea in my head that we could organize a boat trip.
KUCB producers documented every trip on the Tekla.
You happy to be home?
Yeah, for sure. Here we go, Nick. On the shore, buddy. Yeah. Used to be sandy beach out there, now it's a rock.
Residents and descendants placed Russian Orthodox crosses at the site of former churches and held services to honor the villages and their ancestors.
Fortunately, we had Nick Lukanov Sr. with us, and he was able to direct us to where the church used to be. And that's where, of course, we wanted to plant the cross. And so there we all trotting into the tall grass to the site of the church. It was beautiful.
Bad weather in 2009 postponed the voyage to Kashiga for a year.
Do you think you'll make it for the Kashiga trip if we plan it for next year?
Well, I would like to.
When they were doing the cross and they started singing, it kind of moved me. In some instances, I could feel my ancestors there.
Also that year, they added a trip to Borka.
Coming out here did mean a lot because it's part of my heritage. And, you know, it was really gratifying to me to come out here. It was really a blessing.
Attu is often referred to as the fourth lost village, but their wartime experience was different. In 1942, the 44 residents of Attu were taken prisoner by the Japanese and spent the duration of the war in Japan, where almost half of them died. After the war, the federal government forbade them from returning. In 2017, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service made time to ferry Attu descendants back to their ancestral home.
So I found a few words in my journal. They were from May 2017. I found out today that I have been selected to go to Attu. This is such a cool thing. I look at my skin and I know that I am Marina's daughter. I look at my hands and know that I am John's daughter. I am overwhelmed. It is overpowering in a lot of ways.
We're here. We made it. We're getting ready to land on Attu. How does it make me feel? I think I've gone through a whole range of different emotions. Excitement. I was kind of scared, sad, angry. I feel closer to my mother and closer to my people.
Stepping on Attu, where my mother grew up.
That was probably the highlight. I never ever thought I'd do that.
I guess I'm proud to say I'm Siskinuch. That's the Attu Unanga people. So I have part of me that's Siskinuch and part Neeguch, which is Atka people. So I guess I'm one of the living few.
I'm enthralled, I guess. I can't believe that a whole community lived in this one little section right here. I mean, it's such a huge island that we saw, and when you hear that it's 350 square miles, you don't think that that's that big, but it's really freakishly big, and just the harshness of the things like, you know, that they had to go through.
Crystal Dushkin from Atka and descendant of Attu as well. And I want to give thanks to God for this beautiful trip that He's allowed us all to have.
I feel like there's a sense of closure that when we put the cross up and had the memorial service for the departed people of Attu. So I had a great time traveling with all of you and meeting all of you. And thanks for this opportunity to come along.
Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, now and ever, and unto ages of ages. Amen. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Glory to thee, O God. Alleluia, alleluia.